What I want to do now is take an element, say the car, and use it in a composition in After Effects. Of course, I need to take the car without the background, so I need to actually select the car. That would be my first step. And then I would need to delete the rest of the background and then save into a format that respects the transparency of that. Or I can create an alpha channel and save into a format that stores the alpha channel. But an easier way would be actually to save into a format that respects the transparency called PNG, as I will show you in a second. So first we need to actually select the car. For now I'll do it fast with the quick selection tool found in CS3. So I'll go here and drag around, and that would select the car. I still have some stuff selected from the sky. To remove that, I press Alt and I'll drag around this area. I can spend some time refining my selection. For now, I'm gonna do it fast. Alright, I'll just add this part without pressing Shift. If I press Q, I would see what is selected. Alright, so this part here, I don't want it, so I'm gonna press Alt to remove that. I press Q again. What is in normal colors is the selection, and what is in red is unselected. So that's it. Now, of course, I can refine this by going in and refining the selection as we have learned in Photoshop, but otherwise I'll just add this here. I'll remove that from there. Okay, and let's say that this is a good selection. What I need to do now is actually delete the rest of the image. So I need to transform this into a regular layer and not the background. So I'll double click on that and I'll press OK. So if I press delete, of course I'll delete the car, which is the opposite of what I want. So instead, let's add the plate here to the selection. So instead I'll choose select and inverse, so the rest will be selected, and if I press delete, I'll just get the car. So I can remove my selection now, and let's crop to the extent of the car, because that's what we're really interested in. So we'll go up like this, say that's a good part, so I'll press enter, and now I just have the car. Now the important thing is to save into a format that respects this transparency. You see here it's nothing transparent, but the rest has the car in it. So for that, this is what I do. I choose File and Save for Web and Devices. That's what I do in CS3. In an earlier version, it just says Save for Web. And here, I need to save into a format that respects transparency. JPEG by default does not respect transparency, so we have white instead of transparent, so that's not good. What we need to save as is PNG24. And PNG24 will actually respect the transparency, so now this is back to transparent. So in After Effects, I will not actually see the background, I'll just see the car. So the trick for that is to actually choose PNG24, and I'll save somewhere. Let's say the same folder. I'll call it no background. So BMW no background, and I'll press. So here I have to be in images only, and I'll press save. And that's it. I wait for it to save. And then I switch to After Effects. I'll go back to my project window here. If I double click to add the image of the car, remember I called it no background, so I select it and press open. So now I need to add it down here, so I'll just drag it down, and you'll see that you're gonna get the car without the background. It's too big now, so I'll go to scale, scale it down, and there you go. I can now just take the car, animate it coming in. Let's do that. So at the beginning I'll place it here, out, And I'll set a keyframe for the position. I'll scrub the time a little bit, and I'll make the car travel across the screen. So I'll just move it from the X position here, or I can move it manually. Of course, I can add a sound effect for the car. So I have 2 keyframes now. So if I preview my animation, I'm going to get the car driving on water. So you can do this to whatever you like. It doesn't have to be a car. It can be the image of anything. You just take out the background the way I showed you, and you can use that in After Effects, and of course render it. Later on, we're going to see how to add sound effects to that, so that whenever the car comes, we would hear a whoosh sound, and that would help sell the effect.